Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 178. I'm here with Asa today. Today's title is My Dog Asa Loves to Be Tended. So many of you have enjoyed podcasts with my dog Asa. He wanders around the yard with me. And today he's going to serve as a good example of being a good example about being tended. So I have a dog that loves to be tended. So his favorite moment of the day is when he is being tended, and we can learn a lot from him. So here's the story. He gets eye boogers. Now he's got a couple of problems. Number one, his tongue can't reach the eye boogers, and his hands are full of claws. He's got 5 claws on each hand. So he cannot effectively tend to his self-care of getting his eye boogers out of there. So that's where I, the shepherd, come into play. So most days I'll sit him down, I'll hold his face a little bit, and then I start gouging out with my fingernail his eye boogers. Now they don't come out easily, trust me. And you'd think that he would fight and kick and scream about this, but when he realizes that it's eye booger time, he holds his head still and he lets me do for him what he can't do himself. In fact, he holds his eyes up for me to start gouging on him. So he holds his head still. I get the eye booger on my fingernail, and then he gobbles it down. I think that's his favorite part. The point is, he loves to be tended, and so should you, and so should I. So keep that image of me tending his eye boogers in mind during this lesson here today. All right, so we're going to think about sheep and earthly shepherds today, kind of from both perspectives. We're going to talk about the responsibilities, the duties, and the benefits. We're getting this from John chapter 21, verse 15. It's actually the second to last paragraph in the Gospel of John. This is from John 21:15. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." And he said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him a second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" And he said to them, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." And he said, "Tend my sheep." Okay, so let's talk from a shepherd's standpoint. Shepherds are supposed to love the sheep. So Alexander Strauch, in his excellent book, Biblical Eldership, says, and I'm reading his story. In Spain, I once sat in a field with a shepherd, asking him many questions about caring for sheep. At the end of a long conversation, I asked him, "What's the most important thing about being a shepherd?" He responded, "You must love sheep." So my question is, does your leader at your church know that you're even under his care? Well, let's talk about words about joining a congregation. So why should you join? You should join so that your shepherd knows who he's responsible to care for. So join so that he knows what specific souls he is required to give an account. Hebrews 13:17 says, "Obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls, as those who will give an account. Let them do this with joy and with groaning, for that would be of no advantage to you." So think about this from a pastor, elder standpoint. What lands on your plate? What responsibilities? Well, keep alert. Who am I acting as a sentry for? Whose soul am I guardian over? And who has the Lord put in a submissive relationship with me for their benefit? And to whom do I serve as a shepherd, sometimes even to the point of inconvenience, to the point of exhaustion? And for whom do I give an account? So we have to give an account to who? To God. So who are those who I will give account before God? What are their names? What are their problems? What are their eye boogers? What people group am I supposed to smell like? Well, be such an intimate part of, I actually smell like them. Shepherds smell like the sheep they account for because they're among the sheep that they account for. So who are those who are a joy to me? And if you're a sheep, you might have as your number one goal, be a joy to the Lord. Your number 2 goal is be a joy to your pastor, your shepherd. So I hope and pray that you're in a church with a shepherd who loves sheep. So I pray that his love would not flag. You can pray for this. Pray for more love and pray for endurance all the way to the end. Pray for his work and his words and his leadership. Okay, so now let's think about this from a sheep standpoint. So why might a sheep want a shepherd? Well, first of all, it's to be fed. So don't you want breakfast tomorrow morning? Don't you want treats? Don't you want spiritual breakfast on a regular basis? Sheep's got to eat, and many meals come from the guidance of the shepherd. So the shepherd is out there looking for good pasture for you. So he's got a vision, he's accountable, he's got exposure to the word. But the big point I want to make today is, don't you want to be tended? So sheep generally cannot protect themselves very well. So why do you join a congregation? So that you have someone, a shepherd, keeping watch over your soul. Someone who is practical and named and enduring, probably imperfect, and join so that you have someone tending you. It's a layer of protection over you. He's the one that's supposed to lead you to pasture and do for you what you cannot do for yourself, guide you and care for you. So it's a sick person, or at least a silly person, that does not want the care of a shepherd. It's a silly person who isolates themselves spiritually and relationally. And then perhaps it's even a sin-racked person who only wishes to do what's right in her own eyes. So join. Why? So you know who's over you. Join so that you get an earthly shepherd. Join so that you know who your people are all around you, because you get, not only do you get a shepherd, but you get a flock to be a people to be a part of. And then join, most importantly, join so that you get tended and do what you cannot do for yourself. Take care of you. So yes, like my dog, the Lord wants shepherds like Peter to tend sheep. Sheep like us need to be tended. So pray for your pastor that he does a great job at shepherding, and pray for us to do at least as good a job as my dog Ace here in being tended. Thanks for listening.